I just built good habits and was able to throw like over 400 within the first couple months even.
Hey guys, Johnny Disc Golf here at the 2019 Portland Open with coverage presented by Prodigy Disc. I am standing here with the champion of the challenge at Goat Hill Park, Thomas Gilbert. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you, Corey?
I'm hanging in there. I'm in Portland. We're at a disc golf course. It's hard to complain.
Yeah.
First thing I want to get to you, though, a lot of people have been seeing you on tour. Who are you? Where are you from? And what can people expect from Mr. Thomas Gilbert?
Yeah, Thomas Gilbert from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I've been playing about 3 years and just really excited to get into the pro scene a little bit more.
Hold on. I'm going to pause you right there. You just said you've only been playing 3 years? Like competitively 3 years, or you picked up a disc 3 years ago?
Picked up a disc 3 years ago.
Wow, okay. The coverage is presented by Prodigy, but I think we might just call you a prodigy at this point. What's that transformation been? Because it took me 3 years to even learn how to throw straight.
Yeah, I mean, I just picked it up really quickly. I had a guy that helped me out, learn proper form, the second time I was ever playing disc golf. So, that helped a lot, just knowing the proper pull through and everything. So, I just built good habits and was able to throw over 400 within the first couple months even. And so I just built up my game from there, learning to be quicker and faster, a little bit more accurate, and then just built up my game from there, practicing a bunch, and it's been working out.
Yeah, have you noticed, are you getting to where your skill is at now? Are you getting better every single month, or did you get really good, to your level right now, and now you're just kind of trying to hone it in?
No, I've been constantly getting better. It seems, each month or every couple months, just my game reaches another level, and sometimes it'll level off for a month or two and then gain up a lot, and that's just kind of the way it goes. I mean, I'm using the ratings to base off that, which can be kind of finicky sometimes, but yeah, pretty much staying steady, going up pretty quickly.
Cool. Well, speaking of going up pretty quickly, it was about 3 weeks ago, I think, where you took down, and correct me if I'm wrong, really the biggest win of your career out at Goat Hill. What was that like, being so new to the sport and competing with guys that have been playing for quite a long time?
I mean, it was a great feeling. I mean, playing with Kevin, Seppo, and AJ all weekend, and just really enjoying the tournament and the kind of I don't know, the awesomeness of an event that big, and to take it down like that was really rewarding for me, just kind of to win a big event like that. It kind of show people who I am and kind of my position in the sport.
Sure. If anyone missed the coverage, it is really long, the course that is,
Yes.
and really relatively wide open with not a lot of OB on either side. I know you throw about a mile, so did you like that? Do you think it played to your favor? How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, a long course plays to my advantage most of the time. I mean, I'm a pretty far thrower that I can keep up with Seppo and Kevin, so weren't getting too much of an advantage on there. But I mean, yeah, suiting my game, didn't have to throw it super accurately. Wasn't really worried about OB, so just crush one really hard, make a good upshot, and make a putt.
No, I'm glad you just said make a putt, because maybe the thing I was most impressed by watching that coverage is, the putts were great, but coming down the stretch when you had a lead, the putts did not feel scared at all.
No. Yeah.
Where was your mental state coming down the lead there?
Well, coming down, I actually realized on the 10th hole, I looked at the scores, and I had 9 strokes with the last 8 holes left, and I was like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that, but just, I didn't have any pressure to really push too hard, and just able to make more putts and birdies, and just felt easy. Didn't have really any pressure to do it.
Yeah, I mean, not that you would have expected that outcome, but did you, each day when you were pulling farther and farther ahead, were you a little bit surprised, or were you I guess surprised how well you were playing, or maybe surprised with how not well the others were playing, or?
Yeah, a little bit of both. I mean, I know that I can play well on those courses. I had really solid practice rounds, and so I knew that, double digits is pretty typical for a course like that. I was a little surprised at some of the mistakes the other pros were making, but that can be expected sometimes and unfortunate for the other players. But I was able to take advantage of that and play well.
So after a big win like that, you came up to San Francisco Open, where I think a lot of people would peg you as another, good chance at playing, if not competing for the win, playing well above your rating. But you did, you'll admit you had a little bit of an underperformance.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was tough to come back from such a high and then maybe try and keep that sustained greatness?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too like I felt good about it, and then it wasn't playing quite to my expectation, but I didn't really care too much about what other people's expectations of me were. I mean, I just want to play consistently above my rating, and I had a sloppy first round with a bunch of OBs and stuff that I didn't really want, but I brought it back with like another 2 10-20 rated rounds after that, so played good after that first round, which could be expected, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I think if people are familiar with the Canadian disc golf scene, they know Marty Hendel.
Yeah.
I believe he's the highest rated Canadian at the moment. Do you know? I know obviously not everyone from Canada knows each other, but do you guys know each other, and is there a relationship there?
Yeah, we know each other very well. I mean, when I first started coming down to the States, like I was touring with him and Sandy Hendel as well. And so I was playing all the big events like the World Championships and like some of the other things like Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open and the Brent Hambrick Memorial, and coming down and playing with them. So I was very, very close to them for a very long time, and still am really close. Looking forward to seeing them again soon.
Yeah, no, me too. I love Marty and Sandy. I filmed them at Worlds back in Georgia. That's where we first kind of got connected. We were actually having a conversation, me and you, about best rock throwers, and you put him in there, which I totally agree. Yeah. What's it like playing with somebody? I mean, you're a power-based game. He's such a finesse-based game. Do you learn and like off each other?
Yeah, we try to push each other in that kind of way. Like I'll try to play more technical shots in the woods, and he'll give me some advice. And then like on big open golf courses like at Las Vegas, like just talking to each other, like kind of saying, okay, bite off this much distance on these shots and try to play the courses as best we can using each other's games.
Sure. Well, enough about disc golf past, right? Let's talk about this week. We are at the Portland Open. It's the first ever full event here at Blue Lake. We last saw it at 2014 Worlds where Paul took it down. How do you feel like your game plays out here? Because there is a lot of out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I kind of realized this week is that I just need to take my power and use it to my advantage to lay up. Like make it easier for me to lay up, where some guys might have to throw flat flex shots to get into these landing zones where I can just throw straight hyzer. And so a lot of these holes, just getting into those landing zones that you kind of want to be in, is just taking the highest percentage shot, which usually is the hyzer, and using that to my advantage.
With all the open holes out here, and there's quite a few, I would say maybe it's about 10 open holes to maybe like 9 that you maybe have to hit a line at. Which do you think will play better for your game? Because it can get really tempting to get aggressive on some of those par 4s. Which side maybe are you looking forward to more?
I don't know, I like a all-rounded game, so I mean I like the mixture of open and tight holes. I mean, some of these gaps look like a lot of fun to hit, and I think that's personally more rewarding is hitting a tight gap through a entire fairway than necessarily like perfectly flexing an air shot. So, I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see both sides of it.
Cool. Any early predictions? Name names if you want, don't if you don't want. Any early predictions to who we maybe see at the top this week?
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of good players. I mean, the normal ones that you see, like Ricky and Eagle and Simon possibly, but then I think a few other like local guys like Nate Sexton. I know he's played here a lot and hasn't played too much this year, but Alex Russell, Dion Arlen, they might do some really good things out here.
That's true. I guess, yeah, a lot of people sleep on. I always forget that Alex is just from across the water over here in Vancouver. So we're about halfway through the season.
Yes.
Getting to be about halfway through the season. This is your first and going to be your first full year of touring. How does it compare, knowing that you're fully committed this year, compared to last year where it was a little bit more hodgepodge, a little patchwork?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be committed. Like last year, I was still trying to figure out parts of my game, and so I was trying to do things back home and here, and worrying about school in the fall, and so to kind of have my full mental game like focused on getting better at disc golf right now is really nice, and it's showing, which is even more to like look upon.
Yeah, I noticed that you're rolling around here a lot with AJ Risley, who's practice putting over here.
Yeah.
What's your guys' relationship like? Do you guys touring? How'd you become friends?
Yeah, we met together at the Texas tournament, the Crush and Concho, back early last year, and then I was with his group kind of touring for a little bit, and then we stayed together at GBO last year at Robert McCall's house, and so we became really good friends, and he drove me around a little bit, and then I asked him the same thing, like, could you drive me down from GBO to Goat Hill, because I mean it's a long way, and it's his event, Goat Hill, so yeah, I've been touring around with him since GBO till now this year, and hopefully finish out the year possibly.
Nice. Wow. I'll tell you what, that is a lot of dude to be sitting in that 2-seater Prius.
Yes.
I can't imagine, not a lot of leg room to spare in there, I imagine.
No, not too much, and lots of stuff. When I first got in, there was a little too much gear and suitcases and whatnot, but after we cleared out a little bit of stuff and shipped off some stuff home, we're pretty comfortable now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I look forward to seeing your play all year round. I know you've been having really awesome NT performances and some really awesome performances at the Pro Tour here. So super stoked to see your skill level and your rating raise all year long. I want to get you out of here with a chance to say anything you want to fans of Canadian players, Tomcat Gilbert, anybody at home that's rooting for you, buddy.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody who's watching me and supporting me. I see all your messages on Facebook and stuff, and I really feel the love, so I appreciate that a lot. And I want to also thank sponsors, Innova Champion Discs. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for your time, Thomas. I really appreciate it. I'm always pulling for you out here, so I hope you do well this weekend. For all of you guys at home, if you want coverage of all things disc golf, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey guys, thanks for checking out that interview. I'm having a blast out here in Portland, and I just want to thank my sponsor, Prodigy Disc. They stepped up big time, not only sponsoring this content, but hooking me up with awesome D2s with my stamp on them, and soon enough, they'll be on their site to purchase. Stay tuned.